What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And one of the reasons that you guys follow me is, we break down leaks, information, other stuff that we get from the company. And on rare occasions, we actually get hands-on time or get to compare vehicles and actually do reviews. And today, I'm going to drag race the Dodge Charger Daytona, the electric vehicle. And I also got the opportunity to drag race the Dodge Charger SixPack, which is the inline six BMW-esque performance vehicle. Without further ado, let's get into the intro, word from our sponsors, and straight into the video. Now we're going to start this video off with my opinions. You're going to get an outside view. Shout out to my guy, OC Motivator, who got this footage for me. We're going to give you an outside view, then the inside view of the car so you can hear everything from the SixPack first. And then I'll show you the EV version or the Scat Pack Daytona. And then we'll come back and talk about which one I thought was better. And it's gonna shock a lot of people, but yeah. All right, guys, so in today's video, we're gonna take the Dodge Charger SixPack and drag race it against the Daytona, the EV edition, and see which one I like better on the track.
Which one can I use?
Hey, TK. Beat butter.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
I got like a 7.9.
797, dude. Red eye.
Holds better than the Challenger did. My Challenger gets sideways every time I use that shit. All right. Okay.
Apply brake pressure, a lot of brake pressure, a lot of brake pressure. Now hit the throttle. Release the brake.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
And now we'll get into the Daytona portion of the video. Thank you, sir. Hold. I hate to say this, guys, but I think the friggin' electric Charger is a better 8th mile car than the Scat Pack, than the gas car. Ugh. All right, so look, the honest truth here is, in my opinion, the Daytona, the EV, is the better drag car in the eighth of a mile. I think even possibly in the quarter, even if you were able to tune the SixPack, I think the Daytona would probably still win. You know, I've said this before, and for everybody that thinks I just hate EVs, I don't. You've seen it. I've owned Teslas. I've had the Cybertruck. I had the Model S. I had a Model 3. I had the Model Y. I had the Model X. Is there a Tesla? Maybe the old school Roadster is probably the only one I haven't owned. I had the i4, the i3, the i8. I've owned electric vehicles. I don't hate on electric vehicles. The instant torque and stuff is fun, okay? The Daytona's a little different. The biggest thing is, for me, is like, I feel like the car doesn't have a soul, right? When you have electric vehicles, like, I'll give you an example, like a Model S. It's fast, it's fun, but it doesn't elicit really any emotion. After spending hours upon hours driving the Daytona, the day we go to the track, the morning I was supposed to go to the track, I actually drove the crap out of Daytona. And that car actually has some emotion. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to give you what I think about that in a separate video on that car, as I ran it through what they call the mini Dragon there outside of the quarry in Knoxville, Tennessee. But if I have to pick between one or the other here, just strictly for this 8th mile track, I'm picking the Daytona over the SixPack. The times don't lie. You know, I do add weight to the car. You know, I'm 300 plus pounds. So running a 7.49 or a 7.5 in the Daytona, running a 7.9 in the ScatPack, I know it's only 0.4 of a second, but I think even if it's tuned, unless they're able to completely eliminate that turbo lag, and that car is turned up to, 750-esque horsepower, I think the Daytona still wins. Also, as I'm going to talk about in just a strictly driving-based review between these two, which you'll see later this week, and I'll get into what I think about the Daytona in driving, not just going in a straight line. But here on the track, I just felt like the Daytona handled better. You can even see in the drag racing video between the SixPack and the Daytona, yeah, the Daytona squeals a little bit going down the track because the tires are breaking loose as you're going down a not completely prepped surface. But the SixPack, like as it's going through its gears, it's literally catching a little bit of wheel hop every time it shifted. And, as they say, if you're spinning, you ain't winning. So let me know what you guys think about this review in the comments section down below. I'll probably post this over on Instagram, and I'll post it on TikTok or whatever as well. But there you have it. There's my opinions after drag racing both of these vehicles. I would pick the Daytona. I know, that's going to shock a lot of people. Get your beers out. Crack one. I don't know what to tell you. I can't... One thing I can't do is just bullshit you. And I can't BS you about that car. I just feel like the Daytona held better, was quicker, and handled better at the track. Till next time, thank you very much for watching. And as always, stay petty, my friends.